We are done with implicit cursors, and we even saw a drawback of implicit cursors where we will not be able to write query like select star from student details. You cannot have more than one row, or you even cannot have something like select SID comma S name where gender is equal to male. You'll be able to update all that, but the selecting, fetching, you will have a problem because when you think about males, there are 3 males, which means 3 rows have to come out. If you need to pick out 3 rows, very simple, your implicit query will give you problems. It will give you an error message. You cannot fetch multiple rows. Now, to do away with all that, we do have something called explicit cursors, which are not automatically created. The user has to create them with a cursor name. And because these explicit cursors, they have more control over the context area, you will be able to fetch or retrieve, or in simple terms, I say select multiple rows. This is the biggest advantage of explicit cursors. You will be able to fetch multiple rows. Now, these explicit cursors, they have some small rules, or not rules, I'll rather say they have a few steps to be followed. Okay. The first step is you have to declare the cursor. You have to declare the cursor. The next step is you have to open the cursor. You have to declare the cursor, open the cursor, fetch the cursor, and then, of course, last, you have to close the cursor. You can think it like this: D O F C. Okay, DOFC. Declare the cursor, open it, fetch it, close the cursor. So whenever you do cursors, you should have all these 4 things. You should declare it. Now, why do you actually declare it? Declaring it is actually for something called initialization. Okay, you initialize the cursor. Okay, why do you have opening? Okay, you are allocating memory. Okay, you allocate memory. You say this is initialize memory. Initialize memory over here. You allocate the memory, and then once you allocate the memory, you fetch. Fetch is nothing but your select. You're retrieving. Retrieve data from memory. And then you have the last thing, close cursor. Close, very simple. You are freeing the memory. Freeing the memory. So these are the 4 steps in a cursor. You initialize the memory, allocate the memory, retrieve data, and then you free it. Okay. So let's have a very simple question. I'll have a small table, or we'll have the student table itself. Retrieve the ID and name. Retrieve the ID and name of all the students. Okay. Retrieve ID name. You can write everything because I'm lazy in writing code. I'll just go for 2 things. Retrieve the SID and S name of all the students. Very simple. When you go for the query, it is nothing but select S underscore ID, comma S underscore name from STU details. S underscore. Okay. This is the simple query. But when you're writing cursors, this query, it will have a difficulty in working in implicit cursors because multiple rows have to be checked, have to be fetched. Select multiple rows. Select multiple rows, that same error which Millen got. Unable to fetch multiple rows, you'll get that error, which means you will have to create an explicit cursor. Okay, so I'll write my code over here. Okay, I'll have a declare, I'll have a begin, I will have an end. All this is one and the same, no change. But as you all know, you cannot work with implicit cursors over here. You will have to go for explicit cursors. So the first thing is, let us declare a cursor. Now, to declare a cursor, you have a keyword called cursor. I'll write it over here. Okay, I'll write one by one step. To declare the cursor, you have cursor. Cursor, C small, anything is fine. Cursor, give any cursor name. Let's say I give something called Abia. A cursor name called Abia is. Okay, cursor is a keyword. Abia is a keyword. Sorry, is a keyword. Abia, you can give any name. Cursor is select. Now, one thing you always need to keep in mind is explicit cursors, they deal with fetching multiple rows. And to fetch multiple rows, of course, you will need the select query. So when you declare a cursor, you can have only the select query. Select anything. Now, as of now, I'm just having select s_id, comma, s_name from stu_details. Okay, so I'll just make it much more better. Okay, I am defining a cursor. I'm declaring a cursor called Abia. And what is Abia? Abia is nothing but this thing. Select SID, SName from student details. There are multiple rows. Mind you, imagine you want to select all these things. Please do not write star. If you want to select everything, you know that the query is select star. Plus, but when you write cursors, do not write star. Write each and every field in detail. S_id, comma, S_name, comma, age, comma, city, comma, gender, comma, CID, comma, DOJ, comma, marks. Okay, please do not write star. You will get an error. So anyway, all now what I want is I want SID, SName. So I have now declared my cursor. I'll do one thing. I'll write my cursor also over here, so that I just need to copy paste it that side. Okay, I have a cursor called Abia. Then I have my begin. I have my end. We'll finish it off. Okay. Now all what I want is I need to display it. So now I've declared my cursor. Now I need to do my OFC, open the cursor. So I'm opening Abia. Open the cursor. Now I'll write many things, and then the last statement will be close Abia. In between, I will have to fetch my cursor. Now, look here. I do have all these rows. Very simple. My pointer should go into the first row, then into the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. From the beginning till the end. From the beginning, one by one, till the end, which means very simple, I will need a loop. I will need a loop because, I need to go from the beginning till the end. So I'll write loop, end loop. Variable, okay. R100, put it into a variable. Rahul, put it into a variable. After that, R124, put it into a variable. Dhanya, put it into another variable, and so on. So that is what I'm planning to do. I've opened up my cursor, which means, in my memory, I have this much portion because, Abia has this much. Abia is my select query. I do have this result. Now, I need to go one by one. So I'll just have two variables for that. I'll have a variable called ID. ID is nothing but stu underscore details dot s underscore ID. I'm not sure of the type. I'll write it over here. ID and name, isn't it? Control C, Control V. I even have name. Okay, s underscore name. Okay, so I have both those variables. Now I've opened it. Now what is the next step? I have to fetch my cursor, get the cursor, fetch Abia. What does Abia have? Abia has these two things. Abia has an SID and SName. Abia already has that. She has multiples of them. She has multiples of SID, SName. I will put it into my ID and name. The same thing which Denia asked me last day. I take up this SID, SName from the cursor Abia, and then I put it into my variables, ID, name. That's it. I got SID, I put it into ID, I got SName, and then I put it into my name. Now, all what I want is I need to display it. So I just write dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Then I just do a printing. What do I print? I'll print ID. I'll leave some space. Leave a space, otherwise it will look too crowded. And I will even, okay, so that's it. I get it, and then I am planning to display it. I'll just copy it. I'll put it in my notepad. I'll save it in a new name. Save as explicit demo dot PLSQL. All files, save. Okay, I'll go here. I'll run my PLSQL. EXP demo. My codes went wrong. And do it without codes. Okay. See, you people might get such an error. Look here, I hit the enter. I knowingly put that error because I want to show you this particular case. Now, you hit an enter, but you will not be able to see any output. This is an error which many of us will encounter when you work with explicit cursors. You hit an enter and nothing is going to happen over here. Why? It is because your loop has gone into an infinite loop. It is going on executing. Very simple. When does a loop go infinite? It goes infinite when it has no ending condition. It has no ending condition. So what I do is I will have to put an ending condition over here. I have to put an end condition, a closing condition. Okay, so I'll just fetch it. Once it is fetched, if Abia not found, that means, if no rows are there. Look here. Rahul, Dhanya, Devika, Tina, Manu, Vishnu, and after that, I can say there is no row. From the beginning, it has reached till the end. All the 7 are done. And after that, after the 7th one, after the last one, when I reach a not found, when there is nothing else, very simple, exit. Exit. Else, okay, do your outputting. I'll even put an endif over here. I'll save my program. I'll just exit because it went into infinite loop earlier. I'll open up a new SQL plus. So when it goes into an infinite loop, see that you do all these things. Okay, SQL, yeah. SQL successfully completed. I didn't give a set server output. Anyway, it is error free. I'll run the once again. Okay, I got everything. Rahul, Dhanya, Devika, Tina, Manu, Vishnu, and I am able to get multiple rows. Select multiple rows. This will not work in your implicit cursors because you have multiple rows. When you want to work with multiple rows, you have to go for explicit cursors. Explicit cursors, and this is how an explicit cursor works. Display details in the teacher assistant table. Display all the details in teacher assistant table using cursors. Display all the details in teacher assistant table using cursors. Speed, I'll be doing it quickly. You cannot use implicit cursors. You will have to use explicit cursors. So I have T_ID, Control C. I've got 3 fields. So I need all the 3 fields. Okay. ID, I have got ID, I've got name, and I've even got age. I've got ID, I've got name, I've got age. T_name, okay, age. Okay, so let's give a new name. Teacher cursor. Okay, give standard names for your cursor, not Apu, Achu, Minu, Chu, and all that. So teacher cursor, not SID. Actually, it is select star. Hope you remember what I told you last time. Please don't use star in your cursors. Cursors don't like stars. Okay, they're not too much Christmassy. They don't like stars. So go for the big fat query, T_ID, comma T_name, comma T_age. Write the full query. Write the full query from teacher_ASTNT. Okay, I've declared my cursor. I'm beginning. I'm opening up my cursor. Open Abia. Open the teacher cursor. Together with opening, even close it. Okay, fetch the teacher cursor. I've got 3 fields over here: TID, TName, TAge. Okay, ID, name, comma, age. Fetch it. Not Abia. Wherever it is Abia, write my new cursor. TCH cursor. Not found, exit. I'm taking care of my infinite loop. ID, name, and then my age. I'll save it. Save as xdemo1.plsql. All files save. Okay, I'll run my query. expdemo1. Okay, tch cursor. I went wrong in my spelling. tch. Oh my god, what a nonsense spelling. SOAR. tch cursor. Okay, save it. Run it again. Okay, perfect. I got all the detail starting from the beginning till the end. Okay, even the spelling mistake came here perfectly. Increase age of all the students by 1. Increase the age of all the students by 1. Put the age and CID. Put the age and CID of all the students. Age, I mean the new age, okay? Put the new age and the CID of all the students into a new table. Okay, hope the question is very clear. Increase the age of all students by 1. Very simple. You'll do an update query. It will work. Now, the second part of the question, it is not only Rahul's age and CID into a new table called class. Instead, everybody's age and CID should go into the new. So we'll do it. Okay. So it's not teacher assistant table. It's stu underscore details. Not TID. I'll just take the age. I'll need what else? Age and CID, right? Age and CID. I'll write A and C. Okay, that is all what I want. Student details dot age dot CID. Okay, so that's it. It's not a teacher cursor. I will have a student cursor. Okay, I need to select what all. Select age. I just need age and CID. I just need age and CID from which table? From my student details table. I have a student cursor. I'll open up my student cursor. I'll even close my student cursor, and I will even fetch my student cursor into what all? Into A comma C. Okay, not that only. There are two parts of the question. One is I should update. Okay, they're telling me to update, isn't it? So update stu details. Okay, set. What was I to do? Age, isn't it? Age equal to age plus 1. That is my first part of the question. Update everybody's age by 1. So update stu details, set age equal to age plus 1. First part of the question over. Then I have to work with my explicit cursors. I opened up the cursor. I put it in a loop. Why do I put it in a loop? Very simple. I need to work on multiple rows. I need to work on all these rows. A comma C, that's fine. If TCH cursor not found, exit. Else DBMS, okay, I need not, okay, let's be there. Not ID, I will have A and C. Okay, this is optional, the statement, but anyway, let's be there, no harm. Together with that, you even need to do something else. They're telling you to insert it into a new table. Insert into class values. What are my new values? A and C, right? So this is C over here. A, comma, C. End if, end loop, student cursor, looks good. I'll save it. File save as xdemo3.plsql. All files, save. Let's try running the program. Demo 3. I'll run. Okay, I'm having T cursor name. What happened to the cursor name? Okay, it is stu cursor. Control C. If stu cursor, be careful with your cursor names. Not found. Okay. Save. Double save. Okay. Let's come back. Run the cursor. Looks good. Let's see. Let's check. Let's check first. Let's check if the first part happened. Select star from stu details. Okay, let's check whether the age has increased. It was 22 and 23. 22, 23. Yeah, it got increased. 23 and 24. And yeah, that's being displayed. 2355, 2355, 2458. Yeah. And the last one is 2578. So even this part happened. Now you had to insert it into a new table, into a class table. Let's see even if that happened.
Ma'am, can you show the code you're typing?
Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. Class. Yeah, it went in. It went in. So things have worked. All what I've done is I made a cursor. I did an update. Together with an update, I even worked on a cursor, and then I stuffed in things in my cursor. in PLSQL, this is how you do commenting. Usually you use your slash. These are the things which you use in your C and all that. In PLSQL, you give, it is not underscore. It is not underscore. It is your minus sign. Your minus sign, no? Dash, dash. That is that which you give for commenting. Okay, I'll just write something over here. This is my student cursor. Yeah, I'll just save it. Yeah, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. My program runs. Okay, so this is how you do commenting in your PLSQL. I suggest you do commenting because it will be easier when you refer your things later.